I'm all tangled up. This is Inspire Magic. Hi, I'm Aaron Jones, and welcome to Inspire Magic, where I like to inspire you to do good magic, and you go out and inspire others also to do great magic. And today, I want to talk about blocking and movement. What do I mean by this? Well, this is how you manage your props during a performance, either stage magic or close-up magic, and how you move in the space that you're in. Such as if you're doing close-up magic, how are you moving in the space that you have? If you're performing on stage, doing stand-up magic or even illusions, how do you move? Well, this is important, especially if you're learning magic. Today we'll start off about movement. Now, when I was young, I wasn't very graceful. I wouldn't move very well, and I did a lot of stand-up magic, and I still do a lot of stand-up magic, and how to move in the space that I have, and around the props that I have, the tables I have, and also in the close-up. How do I use my movement of my body in that space? Well, what did I do? Well, when I was about 19, or 18, 19, at the end of my high school, I decided to take a year of dance, and basically learned how to move. Now, I'm not a good dancer, I can't dance very well, but I learned how to move in the space that I have. So for a lot of times when I did stand-up magic, especially even if I was working on a big stage, like many other magicians, you just tend to stand there and use the props and stuff in the space that you have. Well, you have this whole stage. Don't be afraid to move in the area that you have. And same with close-up. If I'm using a small venue, then of course my movement's going to be restricted, like if you're working in a restaurant. But you can take a step back and then you have more space. The same here when I'm working in Japan, when I did a magic bar, able to move that space and fill that space with my body. There's no need just to stand in one space. If you have more space, you can move and engage the audience over here. You can move and engage the audience over here. Don't be afraid to use that space to move around. And so, of course, if you have a microphone, take it off. Or if you have a mic holder or a headphone mic, it allows you to move and engage the audience over here, the audience over here. It makes your show look bigger than just standing in one space and you have all this empty space next to you. And I try to do that now when I'm performing, and it's a good suggestion for you as well. If you tend to just stand in one spot, don't be afraid to move to each part of the stage. Of course, when I was doing dance, I learned to use all four corners of the stage. And so now with magic, I don't necessarily need to go back to a far spot, but in the front, engage the audiences on different levels. Talking over here, but not just looking, but actually moving over here. Looking over this part of the audience, and then walking over here. So this is the kind of thing you should think about. And then this comes into the blocking aspect of the part of the show. Where are you going to put your props so that you don't look awkward? Now, when you're performing, for example, I have a table here. My studio place is not big enough to get both into the shot, and I need a prop, so I'm going to use my right hand. I'm going to take it over here. And then sometimes you'll hold the prop in your right hand, and then magician will reach over like this to grab with another one. You don't want to do any of this awkward movement. It's easy, just put this over here and put this over here. Now, if it's in a moment where you can't avoid reaching over, then you're going to have to think about your layout. Maybe have another table. Now, how I perform is I have one big table that I use for my stand-up show, and that has the majority of my props. And I've thought exactly how I'm going to do it. So a lot of times I'm talking with my right hand. I use a lot of hand gestures, and I use my left hand to bring up the prop. I pick up the prop, pass it to my right hand, then I can pick up the next one. I also have a very small table, which I can show you. It's here. I have it set up. I don't have my big table set up, but this is my little small table for just placing one item at a time on. And I keep that usually to my right. That way, I pick up with my left, talk about it. If I need another prop, put that down and I can pick up with my left. That way I'm never awkwardly moving around like this. Like at the beginning of the video was a little bit exaggerated, but that sometimes happens. And you need to really think about this if you're pocket management as well. Where's your prop? If you're doing close-up magic, think about when you're doing your routine, when is your left hand being used, when is your right hand being used to pull the prop, and position props in the pockets so that you can get to them without having any kind of strange awkwardness. If in some cases, when I need a pen, for example, and I know that there's a pen here but I can't get to it, I have another pen somewhere else that I can take out of. Now when I do a lot of close-up magic, I have a little box that I keep my close-up magic in, a little tiny one that I put next to me in some instances, so that in that case I can just go to the box and get out the pen. I also have a pen in my inner pocket that in the case when I can do that, I can just take it out of here, so that I have several of the same things so that I don't have to awkwardly move my body around. So when you're constructing your show, think about where you're putting your props. If you're doing close-up, what pockets? Do you need something else to put next on the table so that you can get to props there without having any strange awkward movements? If you're doing the stage, do you need 2 tables? Can you manage with 1 table but be able to move your body in a way that's not so awkward? As well, and just something to think about when you're constructing your routines and putting your show together and the sequence it goes into. So that's all I wanted to talk about today on this Inspire Magic episode. Please subscribe and put the subscribe there to keep updates on other episodes as well as other things on my channel. There's also not only just Inspire Magic, but I have cool news and weekly vlogs. And don't forget to put your comments down below. What do you think about this topic? What other topics would you like me to talk about here on Inspire Magic? Please let me know. I would like to know. And until next time, see you then, and go out and inspire others to do great magic and do great magic yourself. Bye-bye.